It's not that
around that they would have like the swill was out there. They would have like these well-known, overpriced football guys that would have arguments whether the beer tasted good or was left spilling, and that was about the discourse of beer if you talk to them, because the people like parrots. And they I guess the only good beers were around Anchor, and Valentine.
Valentine was a good beer.
And it really wasn't that good. But in comparison, it was the only ale that was around. So we have right now, we have Al Buck's East Coast ale. We're trying to start an East Coast liquid yeast.
Okay.
He does that in the Bug Farm, the Bungardian Babel. Have you ever heard that before? They're into Brett, which is probably the next big thing in beer.
Yeah, love Brett.
There's people out there that like taste the beer and tell you what kind of Brett is in it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different types of bread, obviously.
Yeah. So he's doing that through my store, which I'm honored to be part of.
So you're gonna have some bread cultures here?
It's in there right now.
Oh, okay.
So you see those liquid yeast with the square things? They're not the smack pack vials.
Right.
He does this thing, Bug Farm, which is a Brett plus a whole bunch of lambics.
Okay.
So a whole bunch of bacteria. So it takes about a year to make.
Yeah, it
does the
really long. So
lower the pH thing. Rise and fall of bacteria empires.
One real quick question for you on the oak.
Okay.
I had mentioned he soaked some wood chips in bourbon for like 2 weeks.
Is that what you're gonna do with this one?
Well, I wanted to ask you about it. Where I was gonna split a batch, possibly.
Okay.
And maybe do regular, and then do that for the other half.
There's a bag over there that's already open, that's toasted, that's in a thing. Grab that, and then I'll give you that one for free.
Yay. So how long you've been in business here?
I've been in business since '95, but I
heard the Great Flood came in.
Yeah, I moved down. I was renting in Princeton, which is a difficult thing to do because the rents just keep going up there. So they test you until you can't take it anymore, and then you go out and find your own place.
Bastards.
Yeah. And so I got down here and it looked perfect. I have plenty of parking. Princeton's a pain in the neck. A lot of customers get parking tickets there before and they blame it on me because this isn't fast food. I mean, when people come in here, it's like 15 minutes per person, per recipe.
Right.
And it's either everybody comes at once or it's very rare that people spread themselves out. So it's hard to hire somebody else to come in.
And you'll answer questions because sometimes people want to...
Everybody's got questions.
Yeah. They want to know from the masters.
And
well, even when I was brewing for 6 years, I still always had questions. So
I'll show you what you mean over here by the... Did you finish flaked oats or flaked wheat? They put it in, and immediately the outside of the stuff gets the boiling water around it, but the inside of the stuff you can't get the water to get in there to get out all of the nutrients for that silky mouthfeel. So you're wasting your money if you buy a pound of flaked oats and you don't put the rice hulls in there, give channels for the water to go. And for all grain brewers, you got to put it at the top because it forms like a big paste, and you get a stuck mash. So usually, when you see a lot of the recipes, there is no diastatic power in any of the flaked products. I mean, what goes in starch comes out starch unless you have surplus enzymes in the whole thing. Which usually you'll like that because you get the proteinous haze and everything. It's good, but there's some people that when they put it in, they expect it to be converted from starches into sugars and then from sugars into alcohol, and that's not going to happen with just putting it in without any 6-row or amylase. So hot.
That thing could burn a hole in the earth, I think, if you...
So now you see what I'm doing? So you get all the rice hulls deep in there. And that way the water has a place to channel in to get the stuff
It won't
out.
like coagulate or whatever.
And it won't get it out in the middle. So it's just good cooking, you know?
The rice hulls won't do anything.
The rice hulls are flavorless, tasteless, just something you can put in there that will, matter of fact, I don't think there's, I think they try to make cat litter out of them. I don't know if they have, they're just throwaways for the, they're not husks like beer, like barley has husks.
Right.
I don't know why they say whole wheat. Everybody talks about whole wheat.
Because it sounds healthy.
But there's hardly any husk on it. Right? I mean, if you look at that's why you have to put the rice hulls in with wheat beers.
Right.
Because it just turns into a good.
You had a 02 yeast over there? I didn't see it.
No, we're going to have to give you, I think the Whitbread 04 is the same as it has about the same characteristics. It's going to leave it malty. There's some things, I only have plugs for the Golding too.
Okay.
We can, I'll show you. The yeast I'm waiting on a shipment of White Labs coming in on Friday.
Which